Hello, I'm Lesley Logan, and I want to show you a variation where you do backstroke into teaser, and we'll have some fun tips at the end. So backstroke into teaser, it's just a fun variation, especially if you're just trying to get everything in, you're trying to flow in your practice. It's not meant to be done as a combo, but I like to combine them in our classes on onlinepilatesclasses.com when I want to have time for both, but I don't have time for both. It also reveals a lot about your control in your body and if you're swinging into the springs or not. So you're going to start this on one spring. You don't want to be at the edge like you are for backstroke, but you actually don't want to be as that couple inches back that you are for teaser. You kind of want to be somewhere in between, right? And so you'll know when you get up for teaser, like, ooh, too close. And then you bend everything in, and it's going to feel really different because it's only on one spring. So the backstroke's going to feel a little weird. Arms go up, around, circle, but the teaser feels a little more possible as you flip the palms and roll up into it. So you're not rolling up from that extension, and then you can go into your up and down with your arms, right? And then you, or whatever variation you want, you come down to your backstroke, and then you pull everything in. You go up, around, circle, and you can circle the arms, whatever variation you want. I love this variation of going backstroke into teaser, roll down to your backstroke, because if I have clients who are more advanced, but coming from a spot where your legs are lower than the box, or the chest is lower than the box, I know that roll to the backstroke, pull in. It's not always possible for them to come up from that position. Like maybe they have a lower back thing or a neck thing. And so instead of them always rolling up into a teaser, like that prep variation, this variation allows them to stay in that more challenged position and go into a teaser. So you could do backstroke with 2 springs and then take a spring off and then do this backstroke into teaser variation to get you to stay in with a workout that maybe has the teaser going from the bottom all the way down, all the way up. So other tips to keep in mind, you always want to stay curling into the spring when you're bending. I don't care if you have backstroke on 2 springs or you're doing this combo. I see a lot of people lowering down when they come in. We don't want to collapse. We want to stay pulling into ourselves, right? So just because you're doing a combo doesn't mean that it's a rest. There's no rest actually. Like if you're in the water and you are doing swimming, when you come into yourself as a ball, that's the time where you sink, right? So you want to get into that position and get out of it and stay strong when you're in that position. So really keep that in mind. And if you're using this combo as a modification, in air quotes, for your teaser, for your advanced practice, then always check in and see if you still need this version, right? It's really easy to get stuck in a modification and think, that's the one I do forever. You want to just remember, like, modifications are like borrowing money from the bank. Eventually you want to pay it back so you're debt free. So just keep that in mind as you pick things. Pick the modification that's the least amount of interest to allow you to get to where you're trying to go someday. And it doesn't mean you're gonna do that in 2 weeks. It might be 6 months, it might be 6 years. So if you wanna play with this in a workout with me, join me at onlinepilatesclasses.com where we do life better.